Walk down my block, gunshots, another black dead. They feed us bullshit that they like to call medicine. But I'm the cure, Malcolm X in the flesh. Yes, a pretty young tender, got that S on my chest. Who's up next in the West? Dejah-Vu, yes you guess. Ain't no cat, got my tongue, put my courage to the test. Good girls make the world go round. They don't see these girls as good, hit they skins too brown.
All right, so what's up? It's Dejah from the Dejah-Vu Show. Today we have a very special guest with us, dog trainer and host of Canine Intervention on Netflix, Jas Leverette. I said the name right?
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
I've been trying so hard each and every day to get your name right.
Yeah, a lot of people chop it up for sure.
So y'all, we do have an Oakland native in the building. So first of all, I just want to start off and say you are a huge influence. So my mom and uncle actually made me watch your show. They were suggesting you for the community healing interview. And I didn't watch your show at first because I'm like, you guys, we don't even have a dog. You know, I always wanted to be a veterinarian though. So I'm like, let me just watch it. And when I watched it, by the end of it, my mom was in tears because just like how you are, like, I don't know, you're so genuine. And you know, you're so humble, and people at your level are not always. So it was so nice to see you, how you worked with that dog, and then to see you and your beautiful wife, you know, go through that with your son. It was beautiful.
Right.
So you were born in New York, but you grew up in Oakland, California. So can you give us a little background story on, you know, where you grew up in Oakland and who/what influenced you to become a dog trainer?
All right, so we moved from Bronx, New York when I was like 2 years old. And basically my mom and dad separated. So my mom needed to just kind of, you know, figure something out. So we moved to Oakland, we moved to the Dubs. At the time, it was called the Murder Dubs or the Twomps. And, you know, basically, she came out here, you know, or came to Oakland, you know, her mother had some background doing some skincare and stuff in the Bay Area as well, but moms just thought that Oakland was like a cool spot to try to like get into her skincare thing. So she went to esthetician school and pretty much kind of paved the way. She learned how to clear up bumps on brothers' heads because everybody was getting the close, you know, fade haircuts and all that. She basically just kind of got something going off the trunk. And basically it's just me and her, man. And I really just watched her hustle. And, you know, throughout the town, like, you know, throughout the whole time, like from then till now, I still live in Oakland, but I've been all over the town, lived all through, you know, man, I mean, East Oakland, West Oakland, North, there's all different times of my life, played sports through all different sports in Oakland. And, you know, just, you know, love my city, you know, but then I just got into the dog training when I started getting in. I went to school at the airport to learn how to fix airplanes because I was in the muscle cars and stuff. And I just figured like that was a cool little career after high school. And then I ended up learning how to grow weed. So then I kind of focused on that. In 2005, I just started like setting up grows and stuff. And then, you know, I was always like a dog dude growing up. I always had dogs when I was a kid and always had them, but then kind of needed them when I set up my facilities when I was like only 19 years old, like 19, 20 years old. You know what I mean? I just was trying to hustle, get my money up. And so basically, you know, I had a spot with my teachers, you know, Wendell Taylor in North Oakland, Harambe and East. You know, those were my initial teachers and mentors for dogs. And I kind of just learned how to do the protection stuff because I was an athlete. So the protection stuff was kind of like, was fun for me. It's kind of like a sport, you know, doing the bite work and stuff. And then I just kind of fell in love with it and then figured I needed to probably change my lane and get into something a little more sustainable, you know, make moms proud, and got into the dogs, pretty much kind of just built that up organically. So the last 10 years, I just built Cali Canine as a behavior management, you know, solutions-based business. And then I had Cali Canine, which was like California Canine Solutions was that, and Cali Canine was kind of like my whole brand, and you know, with the protection work and the dogs and the kennels, and I just kind of built this brand around, you know, all these things dog, and kind of just applied all that hustle growing up in Oakland. You just put it into entrepreneurship. And that's where we at right now. So I guess that's when a lot of times people say, you know, from Oakland, because, you know, my little, you know, little nephew just got, murdered. Another little nephew got murdered. Like this is people from Brookfield, you know what I mean? Like people, this is my best friends' nephews, but they're my nephews too. And it's like should be happening so much. It keep you humble. You can't really go Hollywood when shit like that around you is happening. So, yeah, I just try to be an inspiration to the youth, man. Try to inspiration to people, period, and just try to help people out, and more than just dogs, But the dogs is a great, like way in to just touch people's lives and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much my history, and basically I just been building my brand.
And you also trained horses?
Yeah, so in Oakland Hills, you got all these different places, all these different. A lot of people think Oakland is just all, just the hood, right?
Right.
As a matter of fact, you got some of the best places with the best views and the best, and then we got like I said, the Oakland Hills. So I was really into animals, so I was able to set up, get up there, and work with some horses up there at the stables and stuff like that, and that gave me a lot of foundation as well for doing the dog training.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when Jamie told me about the horses, I got extremely excited because I'm just like, I have always wanted a horse, but I didn't even know you were like into training them. I thought we only see the Canine Intervention. So I'm like, wait, he does horses too. Okay.
Yeah. I'm way deeper with the dogs. My brother-in-law is actually, when I met my wife out in Morocco, I saw my brother-in-law was real nice with the horses. Like he really is the boy with the horses. So I was kind of like inspiration. That kind of like put me like, oh man, I could probably do something with bruh. Because he's real nice with the horses, and he's just world class if he's from Morocco. But eventually we're going to get something pop with the horses too, though.
Now, I did hear you bring up your nephew. You said he was from Brookfield?
Yeah.
So this morning, actually, it was brought to us that Dante Wright, a 20-year-old father, was pulled over by the police for having too many air fresheners in his car. But
yeah, I heard about that.
He was shot and killed. And so my question to you is, have you ever experienced police violence? Have you ever been in a situation?
Well, this same, so I can remember a spot, and when I was in high school, and I was with my same friend who nephews all, passed away recently. But we didn't get like overly harassed with them, but I kind of slid out the car and ran to the house to go grab my auntie to like get her to kind of like be the eyes on the situation, because they were definitely trying to mishandle us a little bit. And just, driving, and we got a car culture out there in Oakland, and if you get pulled over, if you try to, I just try to be, not be too difficult, because at the end of the day, I know they got the power, and they will, they can abuse their privileges. And you got things like, you have like the all the notorious cops, corruption of cops in all these different cities. So you always keep that in the back of your mind, like this might be one of them, and they might, so I try to just kind of stay out the way, man. That's pretty much kind of if you hear a lot of people from where I'm from, you're going to say, man, what you been up to, man? Just staying out the way. Like, that's just kind of a thing you say, because you don't really want to be in the mix, because it comes with all that. So yeah, man, it's just, it's a real sad. I heard about the young brother. He got a little seed, and I was able to, relate to that, and just, yeah, man, it's unfortunate, man. Here we go again, but this is America.
And now with everything going on, with the COVID-19 pandemic, I would like to ask you a question on individual health, right? So a lot of folks are out here suffering from depression, whether it's from being stuck inside or not being able to see their families, even some weight gain as well. So my question to you is, how do you keep up with yourself, and what's your advice to others on maintaining mental health and physical health?
Well, I got a saying with the dog training, 15 minutes of what the day keeps bad behavior away, right? So then same thing goes with exercise. It's like you got to put in that little work a little bit every day, find your dopamine, find what keeps you going, whether it's, my man, we have got the jewelry in the back. I'm sure you get, you get fired up when you get, a fresh batch of beads, and, can get your going on, whatever it is that you might do. You got to get into that space where you feeling good, and you got to do things that you enjoy, and figure things out. It's like knowledge yourself. You got to figure out what motivates you and do more of that. And but then you got stuff going on with family, and you know, like so like, you know, my little bro, you know, it's not my real little bro, but like they uncle is out in Cancun right now, taking it in, and both of his nephews just got killed, and he's like out there like broken hearted, but he's at least trying to like turn up, like just trying to stay in the right place, because it's just like, man, you got so many things that can happen in the world. Yeah. You got to counter stress, you got to counter the depression, you know, and a lot of times, you know, you try to just get on pills or drugs. Yeah, that's not really the dope you need. You need the dopamine is in your positive things that make you, you know, feel good.
And how do you think we can create solutions to the issues that are impacting Oakland residents? And for example, like homelessness, like we see all these homeless people, and I'm not even trying to be like, I don't understand why they are even homeless. I don't understand why no one's helping them. Do you feel like we can create a solution to get our brothers and sisters off the streets?
I mean, it's tough, man, because, you know, you have people buying, you know, the real estate and people buying up property and land. Yes. If you don't know, it's like, you know, somebody's got to give it away, you know, or somebody's got to help. So who brings up the, you know, who does that? So, I mean, I'm trying to do my part with my nonprofit called the Underdogs, where we're trying to, yes, my buddies are football coaches and fathers, and we're trying to create a safe space for kids to learn financial literacy and things like that. So, I mean, we're just trying to attack it from more of a, you know, like certain it's a big problem, man. And at the end of the day, you know, it's going to take more. It's going to take people working together. I mean, it gets deep, because you see where people are suffering really at a deep source level. I mean, even to the knowledge of with the nutrition that they put in the hood and just a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of disadvantages. You know what I mean? Again, create those counters. And I mean, man, they seen that they're doing some kind of thing for Oakland residents, low income, where they get an extra $500 a month. I don't know if that's really going on or what, but right. Things like that are helpful. But I think it really comes down to like skills training and being able to be, you know, qualified to get these jobs at these IT companies, you know, and to be able to learn what you need to learn to get the jobs that are out here. And, right. You know, they coding classes, they got e-commerce classes. So I think it really just comes down to getting people educated, because you can't just depend on the government at all. You can't just depend on, you have to create, because the thing is inflation, it don't keep up. You know, you're going to get whatever fixed income you get is going to end up being, you know, chump change once they, you know, keep going up. So you got to get skills. And that's where, you know, my focus is to, like, you know, teach youngsters entrepreneurship, proper investing, you know, don't worry about buying every pair of Air Force Ones or every pair of Jordan. You know what I mean? You got to, like, invest in yourself. You got to feel broke even when you got a big old pile of money, because you got to, you know, stay focused and know that, you know, rainy days happen and you're going to need them, and you don't want to have to start off. So it just comes really down to, man, teaching self-sustainment, man. You got to be self-sustainable, man. And families can get together and buy houses and create equity. And with that equity, you can build a business. I mean, these are things that you have to educate. And that education has to come from our schools, and it's not. So we got to create programs that can do these, you know.
And you did say you are doing a program, right? So are you going to start doing classes on that?
Yeah. So it's the Underdogs program. Basically, I'm going on a tour where I'm going to city to city and just raise awareness on the Underdogs program. And really, it's going to be about, you know, skills training, understanding, you know, financial literacy, understanding proper, you know, nutrition and health and exercise, things like that a lot of people don't get. You know, they just, you know, you if you don't know, you just go what your mama was doing, you know? So it's like sometimes we need to understand extra things that you might not be taught in your household, or if, you know, fatherless sons need those fatherly figures or these brotherly figures, you know, to be inspired by. So these type of things, you know, it's definitely an uphill battle, but, you know, we stay focused and think we can get somewhere.
James says that extra 500 is not happening, and they are not out here trying to help these homeless people. Even the correct services like non-emergency hotlines aren't trying to do their jobs for the homeless. He says he's called them numerous of times for all over Oakland. It's their job, it's the city's job, and the people who are supposed to be doing this do not care.
I mean, that's facts. You know, you're dealing with just, I mean, you got to look at our homicide rate. I mean, homeless, at least they living. You got to look at how many people getting killed in Oakland every single day right now. Yeah. So it's a big problem. It's a big problem from, you know, I mean, people don't, you know, it's like if people are not making money off you, they don't need you. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, the prison system was designed to make money off inmates and over-sentence people to, you know, so it's not a capital move. You know, it's a capitalistic society. So if you don't, they're not going to care. You know what I mean? Those people at those, you know, a lot of times in those high positions, they just have a job. They just go to a job every day and they just got their own family. And they're not really necessarily always going to be worried. So it's like, it needs to be something. You know, it needs to be something. I mean, there's so many problems, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Then they should not have that job. If they're just going to sit in a chair every day and get paid and go home and not do what they're supposed to do, they should not have that job.
I agree, but who's gonna take it from them? You know, what if they boss is doing the same thing? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's unfortunate that people should be really running the program, but you know, we all know that everybody's scratching each other's backs in politics and politics, and you know, I mean, you got to look at all of that and know that, you know, it's not here to be fair. It never was fair, you know, and that's the cold part about it, man. I like to just always think everything like positive, but we all know and we see it time after time, so it kind of keep you losing faith. It's like dog training. You know, you don't reward that dog, they're not going to expect no reward. They're not going to get that, you know, hope that something good is going to come out. You know, it's just, you know, so yeah, we got to start at the bottom, man, and really, you know, like the brother Ray says, unlearn and relearn, you know, and you know, and then the drug problems and then the mental health stuff, you know, that's a lot of times people on the streets because they mentally check that out. I have an older brother that's paranoid schizophrenic, and he stayed with my, you know, my brother's mom. You know, he's 40-some years old, and if you don't have nobody to do that, you're gonna be in the streets. You start doing it's a lot, man. You know, you talk to some of them folks, you know, out there, you know, Adeline or San Pablo or in the back streets of Wood Street and all that, man. You know, they got a whole story, but you know, it's mental health and drugs, man, and man, it's just a lot, you know. Lack of education, lack of poverty.
And this is why I do feel like it is important to have you on this show and on this platform to speak to the people, because dog training, first of all, dogs are a huge impact in community healing, in my opinion, because a dog can be a guy's best friend, a woman's best friend. We all need a friend. And I feel like dogs are that. And so, but we did see you on Instagram post that a group of people were trying to cancel your show. Can you give us a little bit on that?
Oh man, well, you know, I'm a master canine trainer, so I deal with all different levels of training. I could train from the highest police dog down to the littlest, smallest little Yorkie poo. Okay. And you know, there's training too. Like you say, I train horses, so you use training tools for horses. You can use training tools for dogs. And you got a group of people who just kind of misinforming people, miseducating people about, you know, a lot of people, dogs are getting euthanized because they're not fixing the behavior. And a lot of time it's through balance training that gets you there. And a lot of times they try to slam on balance trainers, especially see a young brother coming through, you know, I'm representing my deen in Islam. You know, I'm coming there looking like, you know, I wanted to look like, you know, that I did it for the culture, you know what I'm saying? And people are not gonna like that. They're not gonna feel that. They're gonna see that trailer and go, what? Wait a minute, this fool in Jordan's doing this and he in there and in the hood with it. And they don't like that, you know? So I think it's a combination of just, you know, hating, you know, shit. They was hating in the 5th grade. They even hating all through high school, you know what I mean? It's like people are just jealous, people that's, you know, but then you also have, you know, like I said, a whole group of people who are misinforming people about, you know, proper pet training. And, you know, they think that you're supposed to give a dog some kind of medicine, or you're supposed to just avoid, avoid confrontation, like, you know what I mean? Or always going the other way. You know what I mean? Like, you got to deal with it. You got to control it, help that dog get comfortable in new situations. You can't always run from the problem. So.
Deborah Mendoza, champion for justice, says dog breeding in this town is big. How can you use your platform to turn this more than just making money?
Man, that's the thing though. You know, everybody just trying to hit a lick. Like, you know, people trying to make some money, so you can't knock people when they say they can get 15 grand for this puppy or something like that. I mean, they, you know, I try not to just be like a serial breeder like that. You know, I mean, I breed dogs from time to time, but I put them in good homes and protect them. A lot of times everybody's kind of like aiming to put the dogs in a good home. And if someone's gonna pay that kind of money, usually they're gonna take care of the dog. When it comes to like backyard breeding with pit bulls and stuff like that, I mean, you know, we gotta educate people and just let them know statistics and the numbers of how many dogs killed. And, you know, but again, you know, when you don't have a hustle and everything is cut off, you're gonna look for whatever you can make some money doing, you know. So I don't really knock anybody, you know, for trying to survive. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. I mean, I don't recommend everybody becomes a breeder in no way, shape, or form. It's a lot to it. And you can't have all these dogs and give them a great life, then you shouldn't be doing it. And you don't have the right setup, the right sanitation, you know, the right cages, exercise regimen. You know, some people look at it like it's just like they got a car lot or something, you know, and it's not cool, you know, but, you know, who am I to judge? I can't really, you know.
Now, in your program, in your canine, do you have female trainers?
Yeah, about 60-70% of my staff is female.
Oh wow, okay.
I had Brittany, you know, so Brittany's a sister out of SAC. I got Aaliyah, little young sister out of SAC. I got Taryn, she's out of San Jose. I got Camille, she lives in San Leandro. Then I got a couple brothers. Let's see who else I got on the team. You know, Giuseppe, Isaiah, Fred. So it's about 60%. Yeah.
Okay, and we are expecting a season 2 though, right?
I love the women, man. Women handle business. I love work. I got James. I got crew. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are expecting a season 2 though, right?
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting on the for sure myself, you know.
Okay.
Plans to do a lot of recording, but like I said, with the little backlash that kind of came through, it didn't hurt our numbers too bad, but I think that it just was something that we, you know, everything's got to be considered. So I'm hoping for it.
Either way, me and my team will love to come. First of all, I want to see you in person train a horse. I really do. Like, I don't know.
You got to pull up to Vacaville. I got a private spot in Vacaville. I'm about to try to get some horses on there once I get all my kennels finished being built. But we got 5 acres up there where we doing stuff up there, and then we actually about to start working with the Solano juvenile system. Okay. And getting them to start working. And we just lined up with the Positive Change program, where they go into the penitentiaries and teach the inmates how to work with the dogs and train rescues. And yeah, so we kind of doing that kind of stuff. That's what we're doing up out of Vacaville. If you ever want to pull up. My neighbor has horses. I could use his horses probably.
Okay, I do. And the Dejah-Vu Show is gonna come film. Please. I would love that experience.
Where's your base? Where are you based out of?
I'm in East Oakland.
Okay. Okay. That's what's up. What school you went to?
Right off of seminary. Are you talking about high school? I went to a community learning center in Alameda. It was a charter school. Yeah.
What about y'all? I see everybody else in this thing.
Yeah,
what about Brooke back there with the blue backdrop?
Terrence?
No.
He's actually not from Oakland. Where are you from, Terrence?
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
You said Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh, Memphis. Okay. That's what's up. Shout out Memphis. Yeah. What about you, bro, with the jury? Where are you from?
James?
On mute. Okay. So I was born here. I grew up in Bolingbrook in Chicago up until high school, and then we moved back to the Bay like just before high school. And I spent a little bit of time in San Diego when I was real small.
Oh, okay. And we got Kev on here. I'm just trying to get to know everybody. We got everybody on this thing.
Yeah.
DeAndre or Deirdre.
Deirdre.
Yeah, what's happening?
I'm from Oakland too. I'm actually Dejah's uncle.
Okay.
So I had a little question. How has the show impacted your business?
Shit, more eyes mean more numbers. You know what I mean? I just got to do more conversion. I'm just trying to set up the plays to catch it. You know what I mean? Because it's just a show. It's what you do with it. So it's been cool. It's going. You got a lot of new people getting on the online training, signing up and everything, and it's cool. For sure, like it's definitely a benefit to getting in front of all that audience.
We're actually, yes, let's go into the audience questions. We have Musa from Oakland, California. If we get the spotlight on Musa.
Hey, yeah, I'm here. My video isn't working right now.
Right, it's okay.
It's all good.
My audio is working fine. Yeah, I'm from Oakland. Matter of fact. But the question I had was more geared towards just dogs and things.
Yeah.
I have a Labradoodle.
Mm-hmm.
He's about 1.5 years. But I deal with her separation anxiety. I've been trying to navigate that. Just like when I leave the house, she just kind of acts up. She'll be barking for like an hour, maybe more.
She crate trained?
Yeah, she's potty trained and things. We kind of got through that, kind of quick. There's certain things she'll just get through quick, and she's smart. Doodles, right. Labradoodles, golden doodles, they're real smart. But just she's real attached to me.
Yeah, and, probably COVID. You weren't probably socializing a lot with her.
Yeah, we got out a little bit. We got out a little bit. I can't really complain with her behavior.
But she kind of like used to always being with you, no?
Yeah, I mean she's good.
So you gotta get her used to not being always attached at the hip. So she should probably crate train her and put her in a different room, and then get her where she's not so dependent. Always need to be up under you. And then just, bro, you got to train her. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to fix problems until you get some kind of order. So my whole system is about a communication system that teaches you how to manage behavior, and the dog will perceive you as a pack leader and trust, respect you, and all that stuff once you get that going. So you have to kind of that's the foundation. A lot of times people want me to fix problems, but you got to, get the basics going. And then like sometimes the dog's understimulated. Sometimes the dog needs to be mentally stimulated. Physically stimulated. So it's a lot of different things that go into this. So the main solution is start training 15 minutes a day, get your boxes, do all the sit down, stand, recalls, heel, all that kind of stuff. And you start adding those distractions, and then you'll see your dog just already start changing. So everything you want out of your dog will be what you need it to be, but you got to start with the program.
Right. Right on.
But but just on a quick Band-Aid for as to build it up, you want to start creating more separation from the dog. In the short answer.
Got it.
Create more confidence and dependency. It's just like a relationship. You know what I mean? You always tied at the hip with somebody and be freaking out when you're not with them. So they gotta. Sometimes people live at their own spots just so they have that different kind of dynamic. They don't get too attached and be always tripping. Same thing with animals. They get kind of codependent.
Yeah. I think just the goal is just to be able to leave and go to work and come back, and she just I just want her on the couch chilling like when I come home.
So do she tear up your house when you leave?
No, that's the thing. I've never taken that step to kind of leave.
So she just barks.
Yeah.
Oh, you saying she been in the crate? So you got to walk her a bunch. How old is she?
She's about 1.5 years.
Yeah, so she's old enough. So you just got to get. How much walking you doing? How much stimulation?
We don't walk often, but we go to the park a lot.
Okay, well, you got to get your dog walking, bro. They need to see the world too, otherwise they get bored. Imagine sitting in the house all day. You got to get out and smell the flowers and go do some stuff, and then you'll come back and then she'll have that. Steph Curry got a golden doodle, and that dog was a lot of dogs. So if you don't give that dog a job, working dogs like Labradors are working dogs. They go sniff dope and they sniff agriculture and they sniff all kind of stuff. So if you have a dog, they just like the Belgian Malinois I have. So sometimes they got a lot of energy, and that energy has to be channeled. Right. It's like kids.
We have Deborah, champion for justice. Can we get the spotlight on Deborah?
Hi, Jas.
Hey, how you doing?
say you're the best. Like, first of all, I saw you, like, I think your little video blew up on the E42 short verses.
Oh yeah, shout out 40, man, Uncle 40. That's the bro.
Yeah, and I was like, who is this dude with the dogs? And then later on, like, then your show came out, and I'm like, oh my God, that's him. And so I just want to say I've been working. I'm based in Oakland. I've been here for 25 years, and I've been working with kids in the juvenile justice system and youthful.
Okay.
I know all about Positive Change Program. I think you met one of my friends, Rashid, a couple weeks ago.
Oh yep. I just met with she. Yep, I'm supposed to be tying in something with him. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
yeah, he's a Muslim brother as well.
Excited to hear that. You know, that you're using your platform to make a difference. And I was going to ask you a question about my pit bull, but I don't really want to anymore.
You can hit me on a DM or two. You can just text me.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, like hit me up. I want to connect with you. Like, I know I work in a lot of juvenile halls and prisons across the state.
Yeah.
I did violence prevention in Oakland. And yeah, when you're talking about financial literacy, man, like when we do these programs, like it's like that's the key part that a lot of times is missing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you blow your bag. You know, everybody, you know, a lot of times cats are getting money, but they blow it. And then they blow it. They had an opportunity. They could have did something. They turned it in and flipped it in. And we got the game. We've been seasoning. The 40 been telling us the game on what to do, but people just, you know, they get that instant gratification. So yeah, we got to make sure people know what to do with their cheddar.
All right. Well, power to the people. All right. Hit me up.
Absolutely. Power to the people. We'll do. Yes. Yeah, send me an email.
All right. We have Kevin Forehand.
What's up with it, Kia?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
First of all, shout out as a law enforcement officer. We back you.
Love, bro.
I have two endorsements. One is my father, who's a horse lover, and he used to raise Rottweilers, and he told me about you. And
okay, what's your father's name?
His name is Sheldon Forehand.
Okay.
He's a retired bar police officer, and I followed suit.
Okay.
So, but he had Rottweilers years before your show.
Okay.
But now he has horses. My question is, I have a pit bull Great Dane mix. And shout out to you. I got him to sit, and I got him to lay down watching your show.
Okay. There you go. That's the start. Yeah, that's where it starts.
And you know, so my question is, he doesn't really, he's in a crate, and I socialize him with other dogs because I don't want him to be so aggressive, you know, because he's really active.
Right.
If I were to get him neutered, what would be a good time?
How old is he now?
He's 6 months.
Like a year, you kind of let all his little test shots, like you kind of let him grow up as a boy, you know what I mean? Let all his little manhood kick in, and you know, sometimes, you know, their metabolism slows down and stuff when you neuter them and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's helpful. If you don't plan on breeding, you might as well neuter them because it kind of kicks it, and then into an extra gear that's not necessary. If you're not, you know, but yeah, just giving them that work, man, stimulation with pit bulls, you know, that's like really like America's best dog, like for real. That's the super dog. But if you're not trained, it can go left. So you just got to get that dog that stimulation and get that dog a lot of socialization and a lot of outlets for his energy. You know, a lot of times we play tug of war with the dog, and we give that like the outlets. Like, don't go tug on this little dog, go tug on this tug of war, and the little dog is off limits 100% of the time. So you have to set these boundaries for these dogs. Otherwise, they kind of their genetics can kick in, and they start seeing squirrels and cats, and they want to chase stuff, and then that's what gets them in trouble. So you just kind of have to, you know, give them those other outlets before they get themselves in trouble. And yeah, the neutering is a good idea. You don't plan on breeding.
Okay.
But structure and structure is the key. You know what I mean? Like, you can do all of this anatomy things to the dog, when you got to get that dog a job. You know, And this was like a kid. If you know, I was running around the streets. You know, my partner, he been down 20 years for the stuff we was running around doing. And then it's like you switch up and now you play all these different sports. And he was doing it too, but he just was too, the streets was too much in him. And he got caught up in the trap. So it's like the minute you change your outlet, same thing goes with the dogs. Like, I mean, with the kids, like you change your outlets, you give sports and, you know, proper structure and get around like-minded people, like it can really save a lot of people, man. I noticed there is a lot of brothers out here who handling their business. Everybody's not going to jail. Everybody's not, you know, they're getting their mind right. Same thing goes with the dogs. You know what I mean? Not all pit bulls are dog fighters and killers. Like it's something that's, you know, therapy dogs and, you know, doing all kind of great work. So just give them a job, man. Your pit will be good.
Okay. Do you actually come out to Tracy or Central Valley?
So I don't really, I'm doing seminars now. So I mean, I have my staff and most people come to us, and then we got board and train where you could drop your dog off with us, or we're going to do a seminar tour. But then I have an online training too, which you could do right in your own house in your backyard. So, you know, we got options. Yeah, okay. Just check out CaliCanine.com.
All right. Thank you.
It's all good. You're welcome, bro.
All right, Mr. Leverette, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on my platform, showing love and sitting down and talking with us. I greatly appreciate it, you know, taking the time out of your day. And I do want to thank Jamie as well for keeping in touch with me. I will keep in touch with you and we can speak further on, you know, the horse trading and, you know, just sitting down discussing. So yes, thank you so much for joining the Dejah-Vu Show today.
Oh, you're welcome. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too.
All right. Peace.
All right, take care.
Oh, and please tell your wife I said hello and I hope she is okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. All right, you guys. So that's all for the Dejah-Vu Show on today's episode. We had Jas Leverette, but please stay tuned for more episodes in the near future. Thank you.